Hey guys, it's Emily. I just got back from music camp yesterday and I wanted to share a little bit about how the week went and some ideas I've been thinking about and some revelations that I had. So, this is a camp that I went to growing up every summer with my family. And they've got a children's program and an adults program, and it's in the woods by a lake outside of Montreal, and it's just beautiful and really, really fun week. Every year we would go. And I haven't been in about 10 years for the full week. My mom has continued to go. So this year I said, I really want to go to Quebec. I'm going to make arrangements and fly out to the East Coast and we'll go together. And it was really cool going with her and then going as an adult and experiencing it from that perspective. It was Broadway week, so in addition to all the classical stuff, like I brought my violin and I played in chamber music, which was really fun. Hadn't done that in a long time, but it was Broadway week, so I took the Broadway class and we put on scenes from My Fair Lady, and yes, I did rock the Cockney accent. Just very quickly. My favorite line that I had to say that I kept cracking up on, but I got it right for the final performance was, "She's right. Working takes up your whole day." It's pretty good, right? Anyway, yeah, so I was thinking about what I loved so much about the week. And trying to pull out the elements because, as a multipotentialite, I'm always looking for patterns and for my drives, like what is it about my interests that I like, because when you figure that stuff out, it's easier to recreate the kind of life that you want, because you kind of figure out the patterns, figure out what you're looking for, and, it'll just help you make sense of things a little bit better. So, I realized that one of the things I loved so much about the week was that it really got me out of my comfort zone. So the Broadway singing, dancing, and acting was like I hadn't done acting since I was 15. And I really liked it back then, but it's been 13 years. Yeah, 13 years. And chamber music too. I mean, I wasn't sure I was going to play chamber music because you have to be kind of advanced to keep up with the sight reading. I mean, you have to learn a whole piece in a week and get it ready to perform and all that. But I did it. I went for it. And I hadn't played chamber music in, again, over 10 years because I took that really long gap where I wasn't playing my violin and I was doing other things. But I went for it and it turned out great. And I had so much fun with the Broadway. I mean, someone came up to me afterwards and was like, "Have you done this before?" Or she was like, "You should consider, joining a Broadway, like a community theater thing." And I was like, "Oh wow, thanks. Cool. Yeah." I mean, it got me thinking about maybe doing that in the future, which is just what I need, right? Another interest to pursue. But it's great, and so I realized this is something that a lot of my endeavors have in common. They get me out of my comfort zone. And often when I get bored with something and it's time for me to move on, it's because I've gotten comfortable. It's no longer not just a challenge, but it doesn't make me uncomfortable. And there's something about that slight discomfort that is exciting. It's like an adventure. And this applies all throughout the week. So like even going swimming in the lake in the rain it felt like I was getting out of my comfort zone, and I had a friend who kind of encouraged me to do that, and I'm really grateful. I've just been trying to say yes to more things. But it's funny because people will tell you that, don't give up when things get hard. And there's this misconception that multipotentialites often, when we lose interest in something, it's because it's too hard for us. And I've never felt that way. I've never felt like I'm going to stop making films or stop playing music because it's too hard and I don't have it in me and I'm giving up. That it might look like that's the outside world, but I've never felt that way. If anything, it's been the opposite. It's been, this is getting too easy. It's getting too comfortable. And so that kind of, just realizing that about myself helps me understand some of my patterns. So the reason that I'm not really interested in, I launched an ebook, and that was totally terrifying and exciting and new. But then once I did it, I'm going to write another book, but I want to do the Amazon Kindle thing and like traditional publishing. I want to try something new, something a little bit that's going to take a little bit more guts. And and I did same with like the video course and the Putty Tribe, and they were all really exciting and a little bit scary and a little bit outside my comfort zone. But once I did them, it's like, okay, what's the next thing I can step into? And for me, that's public speaking right now. I also joined a kickball team, which is totally getting me outside of my comfort zone because I historically am not a very athletic person. Lots of like childhood trauma around that, so I'm really excited to kind of confront that. And I think this is something that probably a lot of multi-potentialites have in common. And so when you're outside of your comfort zone, don't run from it, embrace it. And if you get comfortable with something and you start to get a little bored and you want to put yourself in a new situation and be a beginner again, don't listen to the people who say that you're crazy to want to put yourself back there. I think it's really smart to put yourself in a scenario where you're just outside of your comfort zone, and I'm saying like step by step. So like take on one thing that scares you, and then once you get comfortable, take on another thing. It's another reason why I love Bollywood dance still, but I might switch to a new style because it's not as scary as it once was. So I don't know, maybe we're just masochists, we just love torturing ourselves, but I think that's part of the multi-potentialite thing, to constantly be pushing yourself, and it's how you grow. So those are my thoughts for the day. I will probably be making more videos, as I've said before, because I'm working on my public speaking and because it's totally outside of my comfort zone. Not totally, but a little bit, especially compared to writing, which, like, I got that down, I went to school for 21 years. I know how to write. I've been blogging twice a week. I know how to do that, so it's time to push myself. So I hope you like these posts. Why don't you let me know what you think? Do you find that getting out of your comfort zone and being uncomfortable is one of your drives as a multi-potentialite? Is it one of the things that leads you to certain interests over others? Let me know.